Jimmy coming on this team, it changed the life of this team.
Y'all know who he is.
Jimmy buckets.
He's a superstar.
The franchise changing.
Winning's always good. Winning makes chemistry look even better.
Butler back to Curry. He'll fire again. He got another one.
Warriors, Hawks without Steph. Jimmy will be leading the charge with golden hair. Oh. First quarter, Hawks up 6. Dyson Daniels with the steal from Draymond. Finishes with an acrobatic layup here.
He's been incredible. After leaving New Orleans, new lease on life, he's ecstatic out there. 200
steals, over 200 steals this year. Now, Steve Kerr's not going to be happy about that. Trae Young gets the ball. They swing it. Yes. Hawks hit the bucket.
Can we count the steps?
Walked all the way to Marietta.
1, 2,
6 steps.
3.
Wow.
4, 5, 6.
That might be the greatest one of all time.
Yeah, Kerr not thrilled, obviously. LeVert gets the bucket, though, in the end. Fourth quarter, Trae misses the 3. Brandon Pajemski gets the board. The kick ahead to Jimmy for the layup.
Think those guys got out in Atlanta the night before?
Maybe.
In the middle of B.
All right, this time another steal. Moody. Another leak out by Jimmy in the jam. Butler with 25. Hawks up 8. Young.
They made this close.
Will drive here. Floater.
Hey.
He finishes it off. Trae with
wings undefeated.
25, 10, and 5 for Trae. Hawks win. With the Warriors losing this game and the Clippers winning on Sunday, just one game separates 6 through 8 in the West as these 3 teams battle to avoid the play-in. All right, let's welcome in, as we have a developing story, our guy Om Youngmisuk. Look at that view.
God.
Look at that view from Miami.
Come
Literally.
on.
By the way, the Heat hate it when they say that they play on South Beach because they don't. They play in downtown Miami. But Om is literally on South Beach, okay? So, look, before we get to Jimmy's return, what's the latest on Steph's status?
Sedano, I'm sorry I couldn't do this from Star Island at Pat Riley's house or on his yacht. I don't have it like you do. But I did get to watch Steph Curry today in a little bit after practice. Now, they didn't scrimmage today. You did hear a lot of yelling and shouting out of the gym, which is something you don't normally hear from Warriors practices, so they seem pretty amped up. Steph did some shooting. Steve Kerr said he looked good moving. He made a lot of shots. And then he got in an individual workout after the practice that was closed to the media. He has been upgraded to questionable for tomorrow. They will see how his body responds and maybe see how he feels after his pregame warm-up. I got to tell you guys, he looked pretty good in the little that we saw after practice. He is definitely trending in the right direction to return for tomorrow night.
Okay, sounds good, Om. We appreciate it, buddy. Don't go too far because we got to talk to you a little more in just a moment. But speaking of the Heat, they came into this weekend on the worst losing streak since 2008. All right, now here come the Charlotte Hornets, and LaMelo looking to play spoiler. Andrew Wiggins, a big night for him. And here's Andrew Wiggins, Euro. Heat up 6. Wiggins again.
And he doesn't have any beef going into play in the Warriors either.
No, none. He loves the Warriors. He said so after the fact. Here's Tyler Hero.
But maybe he should be the one that's mad, right?
Yeah.
Hero capitalizing on the LaMelo turnover. Wiggins with the step back.
Is that a career high?
And when he's good, he looks like he could just be an all-star.
Let's hear from
the best thing about that is we've been so engulfed in our situation right now that, you know, if I were to be up here and say I haven't really noticed the schedule, everybody would roll their eyes. I literally haven't really been able to check out the schedule. We've been trying to get a damn win. Obviously, there'll be a lot of different, feelings about it. I probably won't express, all of them, and that's fair. But we had a great 5-year run. We didn't win the title, but only one team does.
All right, so back here with Ramona and Mark. And to put it bluntly, the Heat have struggled, okay? The Warriors have thrived since they traded Jimmy to Golden State. And he spoke with reporters just a moment ago. Let's take a listen.
This is basketball. This is very simple. I don't have all the emotions that everybody thinks that I'm going to have. Like, it is what it is. I realized that I had some great years here. I've built some incredible bonds with some individuals in the organization, in the city, hell, in the state of Florida. But I'm going in there to hoop. I'm going in there to play basketball. Ain't nothing nobody say, nothing nobody do is going to get me out of character. Nobody got me out of character whenever I was going through what I was going through this entire season with the suspension. It's another day for me.
All right, Ohm is here as well. So, Ohm, you're in the 305, as we mentioned, as we clearly see behind you. What can we expect from Jimmy in his return against Miami?
I think he's going to be pretty focused, and I think you're going to see a Warriors team that definitely wants to make sure Jimmy Butler has a good game. Now, Jimmy yesterday spent time at his coffee shop. He was playing dominoes with the locals. A couple teammates came over, Draymond, Kevon Looney. He and Draymond definitely won, I think, six games of dominoes. He said he spent about 5 or 6 hours there. He said if he sees Pat Riley tomorrow, he's not going to say anything. He doesn't have much to say to many people, though he was very complimentary about still having a lot of friends on that side and certainly having a lot of love for the Miami fan base. He was asked, what about the fans that might have some disdain for you? And he said, hey, look, there were two sides to this story. Maybe it's 51% him, 49% the Heat, whatever you want to make it. And he was also asked about perhaps being portrayed as the bad guy. And he said, look, everywhere I've gone, I've kind of been portrayed as that. I have no problem playing the bad guy. It does not look like anything is going to knock him off his focus of trying to get a win against his former team and making sure the Warriors stay in that 6th spot as they try to stay out of the play-in.
All right, Mark, who will this mean more for, the Heat or Jimmy?
I'll say the Heat because Jimmy already got rewarded. Jimmy got paid. He's in a winning situation. It's like going back and the people that, you struggle with, they're struggling, but you're doing good. He's in a good spot. He's like Patti LaBelle. He got a new attitude, man. Like what Jimmy said, I talked to him a couple weeks ago. It's like, what do I have to complain about now? Like the organization's treating him great. They're winning. He got paid. All he's missing is his kids being in California. That's it. So I don't see him coming in bitter because everything he wanted in Miami
has worked out.
He got in Golden State.
Ramona?
I think it is the Heat that has more to prove right now because Jimmy could just point to the standings, right? They've been great since he joined the team. And I think Miami's going to handle this with class. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out there tomorrow and they have a highlight tribute video
they will.
for them.
I'd be very surprised.
And unless something goes off the rails tonight, tomorrow, check his social media. But so far, what I just heard him say sounded like his head was in the right place. He was saying all the right things.
Yeah.
And I remember Jimmy. What Ohm said is something that Jimmy has reiterated over and over. There's two sides to this story. So